What is going on, guys? We're gonna be real quiet right now because we got some studying going on right now. So, Wandavision episode 7 just got done watching it right now. So if you're joining me, just let you guys know I am doing a Funko Pop giveaway. So I have the link down below or right in the comment section to enter to win. So we're gonna get into the review and then we're gonna get into spoilers. So let's overall uh, for this whole episode, I thought it was definitely a change of pace. Love the humor in it. It was a lot of like I had never really seen the show, but it was a lot like Modern Family. The way the episode was structured, a lot of more of Wanda in this episode. Going from the last episode, you got Vision, you got Darcy in here. We see what happens to Darcy. The in and out between the real world and the hex world was really well done, really balanced. The episode I felt was really well paced and balanced. The episode itself too, they said it was longer, but honestly thought it was like it still went by so quick. I don't know if it was supposed to be maybe the next episode is supposed to be longer, but this episode flew by. So I thought the pacing was really good. And like I said, it was a change of pace and change of tone. Um the acting, of course, was great. I thought the special effects were pretty up, definitely up there as well. There were great. There maybe one spot where I was like, eh. Um, the this episode, I think we only have so many. I think that two more episodes left, or maybe one more episode left. I can't really recall. If you know how many, then go ahead, comment below. But it's this episode was it didn't go straight to changing the game in the beginning. You start seeing little it just was a really mellow episode, and of course the last 15 minutes is where kind of it gets turned upside down, which I'm fine with because a lot of the previous episodes were kind of like that as well, where it would be a very good episode and then it'd become a great episode the last 15 minutes, but the last couple of episodes it's just been turning heads left and right with the appearance of Quicksilver. um Sadly, I'm going to let you know right now, there's not really Quicksilver in this, and that's was my biggest disappointment. Was like, what the hell, you know, where's Quicksilver? So he's not in this episode, which I'm kind of, I guess it makes sense towards the end of the episode, but it kind of baffles me, and it was very disappointing for me. But like I said, the episode was nice. I guess the best word to describe it. It was nice. It was a great kind of. I did enjoy the change of pace of it. The humor was really the writing on the humor in this particular episode. I really liked it. I think Elizabeth Olsen and of course Kat Dennings play really well in this episode because of the humor and the writing of this episode. So I thought to their strengths, I thought they really maintained that this episode and really carried themselves really well. Sword in this episode, not too much sword actually in this episode, which is kind of crazy. There, there wasn't a lot of bombshells in this episode. There's one particular bombshell, but there wasn't a lot of crazy things happening here. It was more of a kind of Modern Family episode, I guess you could say. But I don't I don't really hate that aspect. I actually thought that was really cool. But when you're down to the like the last couple episodes, it's like, okay, what's gonna happen next? Like I thought this was gonna be the episode that's gonna rip open the doors, but not really. It wasn't, and it was fine. It was fine because I did still enjoy this episode a lot. So overall, everything that you've seen from the beginning of WandaVision, this is another one of those episodes. Really solid, gets better in the last 15 minutes. Uh, there's things that we thought were going to happen kind of happen in this episode. So overall, I did enjoy this episode. So that's my review, my main review on the episode. But then we're going to get into spoilers right now. So if you're just joining me, we are going to talk spoilers if you haven't finished the episode, because I know a lot of people who come into come into this to this review, they've already seen the episode. We're gonna get into spoilers and we're gonna just kind of bounce around this episode because I don't think we have to go from beginning to end. I think we could just really get into like shock moment of here. So before I get into that, like I said, there is a link in the comment section. Go to that link into that video later on, or during this video, and you have a chance to win a Colossus Funko Pop. And all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment in that link in that video on the comment section, hashtag X-Men, and you have a chance to win that Funko Pop. And the winner will be announced at the end of the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. So, spoilers from here on out. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Dan and Manny K. Danielson Reviews. Let's get right into it. So, there was a lot of theories coming into watching this series and seeing what what the hell was going on. I think my major disappointment in this episode is no Quicksilver, and the major disappointment is kind of finding out where Quicksilver came from. It was Agnes. Agnes the whole time. We all it's very predictable. We knew that Agnes was was behind it. I told you last episode that she definitely was playing possum with Vision in the car. Like, why was she even at that bubble? I think she was just faking it. Like, she knows what's going on. She was definitely different than all the other outside characters, who were supposed to be in a trance. So we find out at the end of the episode that Agnes has been pulling the strings, that she tells Wanda, because Agnes at the episode had her kids, of course. And then Wanda's like, where's my kids? And Agnes is telling her to go down the basement. And then she goes down that basement and it starts becoming into like a D&D kind of dungeon room, kind of in the basement. And you just knew right away, okay, the kids are not there. So Agnes is like gonna reveal herself as the villain, and she does. She reveals herself as the villain, and it was predictable. It's pretty predictable. I'm pretty sure towards the end of the series we're gonna get a lot of more crazy twists and just things that we didn't predict. But this one was definitely a predictable kind of twist here. I like it, I love how they showcase, like they give this little Agnes segment where it was all Agnes, and they show everything that's been going on in the series. Agnes has been pulling the strings and doing her magic. And if you don't know who Agnes is playing, or what her character is, it's all about like comic book lore. She's in the Wanda storyline, or her storyline in general. She is another kind of witch, but it's kind of played differently, where she is the one in the comic. She's the one that kind of trains Wanda. So this is and she's a way older lady, but they kind of course, redid it where Agnes is now this kind of like, we don't know how this all happened. We know she's pretty much controlling Wanda. So they really changed up the storyline between these two characters in the comics to fit the TV series, which you got to do. Marvel has been doing a great job with the movies and stuff. We get more like name drops with Ultron and stuff in this episode too. Once again we predicted that Monica Rambeau, going back into the Hex, she was able to get powers. So you can call it, maybe she's a mutant now. I guess you could call it that way, but she has powers. We knew she was going to get powers as well. She was even able to kind of like when Wanda was like, had her Hex powers on her, she was able to kind of counter that and kind of like get out of that. So we don't know the full extent of Monica's powers, but we're getting a glimpse, of course, of it. Now I want to say the highlight of this episode too was the Kat Dennings and Vision pairing. I really thought they had great chemistry together. And listen, when I talk about Elizabeth Olsen, I'm talking a little bit of Kat Dennings this episode, because I do love me some Kat Dennings. And she, like I said, in the other episodes, I was a little by Darcy, especially in the Thor movies, but in this episode, because of it's a modern family kind of formula they're going for, Kat Dennings is really good in this episode. She's really nailing a lot of the jokes in here, especially with her being chained up and Vision being mistaken for a clown or something, and then those two having a little banter going on. Really great, really great. But the reason why Darcy was pulled into the hex is not because she got, well, yeah, she was left there. But the reason why is because the writers, if you watch it, the writers wanted Darcy to explain everything that was going, what she knew to Vision, like how he died, how she's been watching the show and seeing the love between the two. So she's kind of exposition to Vision, who's not clear who he is and what he was prior to that. And then, Ultron gets name dropped. So Darcy for this episode there wasn't anything crazy with Darcy. Like everybody thought she was going to be a two broke girls kind of character. Not necessarily. It was more of Darcy being the exposition to Vision, which it worked. It worked. I like I said, I did like the banter between the two. Um, so Vision gets a little clearer understanding of what was technically his previous life was beforehand. The thing is, the thing is, um, yeah, it's kind of crazy those last 15 minutes because it really kind of bugs me that Quicksilver is out of the game now and that he didn't really get pulled from another dimension. It was more like Agnes. Well, it still kind of questions like, okay, why did Agnes make it? Why did she pull that Quicksilver and just put him, flopped him on? It still questions need to be answered. You know what I mean? So, and then also Darcy just kind of gets left, just left there. Vision realizes, like, I like the little segment where he's sitting down. He's like, "Why am I sitting down talking to you?" The episode is called "Breaking the Fourth Wall," and immediately I thought like Deadpool. I just thought Deadpool, but so Vision just like, why am I talking to you? I'm going to my wife. So he's straight out, just instead of like wasting time with Darcy, he's going straight to the house where Wanda is, and Wanda can't control her powers. Like in the beginning of the episode, you just see a lot of the just Wanda's kind of losing it. That's really her mental breakdown, which I enjoyed as well. I liked how everything was just changing around her, and the kids are like playing video games, and you got different eras, different games and stuff. So I enjoyed that as well. This was a very enjoyable episode. I think a lot of people are not going to necessarily be too thrilled with this episode because they thought they were going to get a lot more out of this episode. The aerospace engineer, a lot of people were saying Reed Richards, maybe some other Marvel characters we were introduced earlier making an appearance, some kind of big cameo. But I think this character that was introduced might be part of Monica Rambeau's her story in the comics. So I don't know too much of this character, but I did like how they had like this big ass vehicle that kind of reminded me of Ant-Man. Remember when they're going to the quantum realm? I think the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. So it reminded me of that, but they couldn't go into the hex, the bubble, because it was rewriting the whole thing, and Monica was able to get out of there. Now I like Monica Rambeau as a character. She's a very likable character, but there is some things sometimes where I'm like, she's very reckless. She's a little bit too reckless. And you could say that other characters are very reckless as well. I mean, Tony Stark, but Tony Stark is like a lot of the villains were made because of him. So, but with Monica, I just feel like I wish she wasn't as reckless, but she has to be reckless for the story to continue and her to evolve her powers, basically. So, but I do like Monica, and it was a little odd when Monica was confronting Wanda, and then Agnes comes into the picture, and then Agnes is like, oh, what are you, poor dear? You need to go now. You need to go, and then it takes Wanda like. Monica's just standing there. She knows that she needs to get something. She needs to get things done, or at least to maintain that conversation with Wanda. So I was baffled that she just let Agnes and Wanda just walk away, even though Wanda was threatening her. But I think Monica absolutely knew that Wanda wasn't going to do anything. So they walk away, and I was just baffled. Like Monica follows them, but it was just a kind of a weird scene. And I just thought it could have been done differently, written differently. It was very odd. And then not only that, when Agnes is revealing everything, where's Monica? Monica was definitely like right there. Maybe she's staying her distance, but we didn't see that as an audience. So that's kind of like if you were expecting like big reveals, not really in this episode. Agnes was the only kind of big reveal. Man, she's a cruel woman though, the Agnes. Like when at the end she says, "And I killed and I killed Sparky," and then she starts laughing like a witch. I'm like, oh man, that was money. That was a money scene right there. So if you guys have any comments, I'm going to get it to the comments pretty soon. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode overall. Like, did you enjoy it? Are you disappointed that it was a little bit too predictable? Because a lot of people have been, saying that this was Agnes had to be part of it. And we here have been saying that too. Are you surprised that Monica got her powers? I don't think we were surprised. There's not really surprising things in this episode. And of course, the whole I think a lot of people were questioning, like, how did Evan Peters Quicksilver get involved in all this? And then it was Agnes's doing, but then where did Quicksilver go right after? So let me know what you guys thought of that. So let's get into the comment real quick. What's up, Ghost? Welcome back, man. I mean, what you think about it? I still don't think Agnes was Quicksilver's nightmare. Behind it, Agnes is working with him. The mailman followed behind her, remember? Yeah, the mailman was behind her. Yeah, this episode really showcases that, Wanda's kind of losing it. So it's a lot of Wanda. These are two powerful beings in this hex. This is Agnes and this is Wanda. Agnes is very powerful with magic. This is all about getting into that magic world and getting into the spiritual world, I bet you, like with Doctor Strange and everything. So, which in the episode, while I was watching it, I was just thinking the whole time, like, Wanda is an Avenger. Nat's dead. Tony's dead. Who else is gone? Like, but she is. I mean, Cap is old, but Hulk or Banner, I should say, Falcon especially. Like all these other Avengers that were working with her, not one of them are saying like, "Dude, what the hell's going on with Wanda? We better go get that girl." Nobody is going over there and just trying to help their former teammate. I thought that was kind of. I just feel like somebody should be stepping up to the plate, right? Some of her old teammates should be stepping to the plate. You could say that, oh, they're doing their own thing, that they don't know what's going on with the situation. So nobody's going to call. Nobody's going to call one of these guys because apparently Darcy knew the whole Thanos reversing the time, and then Wanda killing Vision the first time, and then Thanos reversing it. Like, how the hell does Darcy know that? How the hell does anybody else know that? And you know what? Everybody was knocked out. So how did Wanda tell them? So I thought that was a little odd too. So there's a lot of things that I guess the episode was taking liberty of, and they don't want you to question it, but I'm kind of questioning it a little bit. But let's get to the next comment. All right. What's up, Ahmed? I hope I got that right. What's up, man? I think Quicksilver is the Fox's Quicksilver again. If I'm squint so hard, #life, is because I'm blind and I need to squint very hard to read your comments. So forgive me and forgive me for butchering names and stuff. Fox Quicksilver pulled him out from the Foxverse and put him into the MCU verse. Now that's what I was kind of thinking too, because even though Agnes is behind it and behind Quicksilver kind of emerging here, that doesn't necessarily mean she didn't pull him out of somewhere, because he's not even Wanda says in this episode, that's not your uncle. Even Vision says in this episode, why is that fake man portraying Petra? So I still believe that maybe he is being pulled from that Fox X-Men universe. That could still happen. I was just kind of bummed that I didn't see him in this episode, because Evan Peters is a delight. And after the confrontation that he had last episode with Wanda, when Wanda just blasts him, I was kind of hoping that maybe he'd pop up at the end or something like that, but that never seemed to happen. But it's very possible that Agnes maybe pulled him out of the Fox universe. Ghost, what's going on? Somebody else is involved with Agnes, and I think that is Nightmare. A lot of people say Nightmare is in this series. Do we have one or two episodes left. Do you know, Ghost? If we have 1 or 2 episodes left? Because there's definitely gonna be a big ass reveal at the end of the series. There's has to be a big ass reveal at the end of the series. I'm pretty sure Albert, if you're coming in anytime later, but Albert always said that Doctor Strange has to make a cameo, and he has to, right? He has to tie everything kind of together. Voices behind the camera that answers the back was a male, which once again leads me to think that it's Nightmare. Yeah, I thought that was I picked up on that too. That I thought that was odd, and especially when Wanda's like, "Wait, why are you talking back to me?" Wait, what? Because I believe he asked like, "Do you think it's your fault or something like that?" And she's just like kind of freaked out, like, "What the fuck? How are you answering back to me?" So, and then when at the end, when Agnes is revealing she was behind all of it, and then she's behind the chair where like kind of like Wanda is doing her interview, we're assumed that she's the one that said that, but it was a male's voice. But who knows? She might have changed her. I'm pretty sure she's able to change her voice. So that could be kind of nothing, but it could be something. We'll see. But I think there's a big possibility that she's just able to change her voice. You know, she does. We don't we don't know the full extent of Agnes's powers, but in the comics, like I said, she's the one that teaches Wanda. Wanda, I think, seeks her out or something like that, and she is the mentor to Wanda. So I mean, she pretty much shows Wanda how to use her power. So Agnes, in this continuity, we don't know what the extent of her powers is, but I'm assuming it's very similar, where she's able to do a lot of things in a lot of manipulation. Did you see the mid-credit scene from? Oh no, I didn't. Was there a mid-credit scene? Oh, I did not. Let's see. Oh, what? There was a mid-credit scene? Are you serious? I have it going on my phone so I could kind of like talk when because I always watch it once, but then I always play it in the background to kind of like, okay, remember a lot of other scenes and the talking points I want. But I did not see the mid-credit scene. How far do I have to go here? I'm assuming it's right here. So I'm trying to find this mid-credit scene. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm not gonna put the volume up because they'll do copyright on this. But I'm getting the gist that okay. So Monica, I'm watching Monica right now going to. It looks like another leadway to the basement. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. What did he say? What? Snoopers gonna snoop. Okay, well, I didn't. I just really kind of just do not watch the credit scenes because there's never anything on the credit scenes. But thank you for letting me know about the mid credit scene, Ahmed. Um, so apparently Evan Peters does make an appearance, and he is there. Really, really cool. Really cool. Good. Great. That makes me happy. That makes me even way more happier. So we do get Quicksilver. Forgive me. We do get Quicksilver in the mid-credit scene. You see Monica Rambeau finding another entryway to that basement. Smart. Hanging back. I still think the scene was a little weird, though. I mean, I don't think that doesn't happen in real life, but this is an MCU series. So, but she found another way to enter the house and kind of snoop, and Quicksilver's there to kind of like Snooper's gonna snoop. um, this kind of like blows my mind a little bit. So we're gonna get more answers as we go. So, but then that also means like, okay, where was Quicksilver this whole episode? And is he involved too? Is he Nightmare? Is he Mephisto? Whatever. Like, is he not who he says he is? So exciting stuff. All right, let's get to the comments. I think there's like 3 more episodes left. Yeah, I thought there was 3. This is a really good well done episode. If there is 3 more episodes after this, that gives you more reveals, more twists, more turns, and you get a little bit more of Agnes and her villainy, which I would really appreciate because I want to see Agnes now as the main antagonist. So let's see, somebody else is involved with Agnes. I did see the mid credit scene now. Very cool. A little blown away by that. I think that there's like 3 more, and that the big reveal is Doctor Strange to come at the and settle it all. I think Doctor Strange is going to come at the very last episode. I mean, why not, right? I mean, unless maybe the second to the last episode, possibly just kind of throw you a curveball. But I think Doctor Strange is coming at the end of the series finale. I think he's coming to series finale. It's going to be interesting to know what Hayward and what his main kind of like what his main motive is. I'm hearing Ultron one might be revived and stuff, so I'm very interested what Sword plays a hand in all this. And I'm pretty sure there's a ton of Easter eggs in the episode. I thought I saw a couple, but especially with the missing milk. You see the kid in the missing milk box at the back of it. She's behind the chair, but the voicemail, though, I know, but I don't know. I think she would be able to manipulate her voice or change her voice. It's kind of like Predator. Predator has a device where he could change his voice and like lower his prey in. I'm a big Predator fan, by the way. Let's see. Why did the mailman follow behind them when they were going to the house and look like he was walking with them? I don't know. I was that one kind of. I thought the mailman. I didn't think of anything about the mailman, but yeah, he might be like a disguise. He might be Nightmare. Who knows? He might be somebody. But yeah, I thought that was kind of like a little strange that they really focused on that part in particular, especially when the whole fight was going on and like everything was just like, and then they had the one neighbor, remember from episode 2, I believe. I think that was her just kind of looking on as well. So there's other characters in this series, or there was characters that were introduced in the beginning that maybe will pop up later on down the line. They're a little bit more important than we think. Well, I've missed that too because I had to stop and look to life at the end of the. I know that was blowing too because Pixar did not seem helpful with that. Damn, dude, I just finished it. My Disney Plus was acting. Yeah, did you guys have my Disney? When I was watching it, I thought it was actually part of the episode where it was kind of like it was kind of how do I say it? It was lagging. It was lagging a little bit. So I was like, and this episode was kind of, it was doing that while like Wanda was like acting up. So I thought that was kind of part of the episode a little bit. So yeah, I think everybody because I think everybody was watching this episode that it started to lag a little bit. But I did see the mid credit scene. I didn't think there was going to be a mid credit scene. I know a lot of people are going to probably miss that just like I did. So, but that mid credit scene really kind of makes me really happy. Definitely makes this episode a little bit more better too. Let's see, kind of slow episode. We all knew Agnes was at that's what we're talking about, Albert. We're talking about how like a lot of the predictability in this episode, kind of a bummer. You know, you want more twists, you want more turns, but if there's 3 episodes left, we'll probably get that leading up to the series finale. We never saw her and Petro together, so was she Petro? Who knows? I don't think she was Petro. I think I'm hoping for her maybe pulling that Quicksilver out of another dimension. I don't think she was Petro though, because of course the mid credit scene too. There's Quicksilver right there. Quicksilver, which is kind of funny, but maybe they might set up where Agnes is really controlling Quicksilver because maybe Quicksilver captures Agnes in the next episode. We see that and we get explained about how this Quicksilver, and maybe he reveals he's not Quicksilver. Who knows? I thought Wanda was messing with my Disney Plus. Yeah, man. Um, I'll let you know, Albert. I thought this was a nice change of pace. It wasn't exactly what I thought were coming into this episode, but it was a nice change of tone. I thought the pacing was phenomenal. I really never felt bored in this episode. I felt like there was a lot of moving parts going on, but then there was a lot of slowing down with Wanda and what was happening to her. So I thought the pacing was great, the nice change of tone too, and I thought the comedy worked a lot better in this episode in this time frame, like the Modern Family time frame, than the previous kind of episodes, especially with Darcy. I think Darcy really shines with her jokes in here, and the comedic duo of her and Vision. And Vision is like a delight when he's very human like, but he's not supposed to be human. So I thought that was great too. I was kind of disappointed that Monica didn't meet anyone. I was really, I know I wanted to see Jim, man. I wanted to see Jim in Reed Richards, but that would have been leaked. Somebody would have been able to like get that out there. You got so many YouTube sites um, trying to get exclusives, especially Marvel exclusives right now. You knew that was going to be a secret. So Doctor Strange is easier because he is more of like you get him in a limo, you drive that limo to a soundstage, and then you do the scene in a soundstage, and no, and everybody shuts their mouth. So I think that would work more. But I want to see John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I want that to happen. I would love for his wife to be Sue Storm, uh, Emily Blunt. I would love her to be Sue Storm, but I don't. I don't know how Disney would want that or Kevin Feige would want that. Married people together in like their big property. So I don't think they would actually cast both of them. You would have to pick one or the other. But I would love for it to happen. Let's go on. It was a good setup episode. The best parts were with Monica's scene. Next two episodes going to be insane. So we got two more episodes left. Monica's powers. I'm interested to see how far it extends. I think we could all agree now she's a mutant. She's a mutant at this point. Wanda created a mutant. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. And what's gonna be interesting is that if Monica has powers now, the interactions between her and Miss Marvel, even though I really don't like Brie Larson, but it's going to be very interesting on that aspect. And I like the interaction between her and Wanda. That one was really good. It was kind of like a talk no jutsu kind of thing. With if you ever seen Naruto, where she's trying to communicate with Wanda, and she feels for Wanda because she knows the pain of losing somebody, especially with Monica, who lost her mother while she was in the blip. And she comes back and she realizes that she's gone. So it's going to be really interesting how her character develops down the line as well. Wu in this episode, I think Wu is the most like very smartest out of all of them, him, Darcy, and Monica, because Wu just tells her, "What are you doing?" Like, I think Monica's a little bit too reckless, and Wu is like the level-headed guy. Uh, let's see, Albert. What's going on, Huntsman? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The link is in the very top too to let you guys know if you guys want to go to try to win a Funko Pop. There's a link up in the top. Push it, and there's a link that's going to be in my description box. Push it, and you'll be able to subscribe to the channel, and then put down on that video #X-Men, and you can win a Funko Pop. And the announcer will be, I will announce the winner at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier series. So Huntsman, what's going on, man? Anyone notice the book? I have a feeling it could be the Dark Hold, but I'm not sure. I did notice the book, and I was like getting some D&D vibes on it, honestly. I'm also sure the next episode might not be based off another sitcom. I mean, the cat's out of the bag, so maybe not. And then, like I said, I was getting Modern Family vibes on this. So what Modern Family came out in 2010, and we're in so kind of like the sitcom eras are kind of over. So we're gonna move on to reality or basic time right now. So you could even say that they're gonna move on to a Marvel sitcom, So it's kind of fun. So the sitcom might be done with at this point. So we're gonna have to see the next episode. But of course, there's gonna be a lot of more relevant. I can't say it right now. Reveals, I guess. So it's gonna with Agnes and stuff. Unless Wanda's like kind of because she's messing with Wanda's mind. So Wanda might go to another sitcom. We don't know. Not sure yet. We're just gonna have to see the promos. I'm pretty sure they're gonna lay down a promo clip just like they did for this episode. Wait, was there a credit? Yes. So if you guys missed it, there's a mid-credit scene in this episode. I missed it. Thank you, Ahmed, for letting me know that. And it's a really cool mid-credit scene. So check it out if you haven't, and then come back to me and we'll talk about it a little bit more. I turned the episode off as soon as it ended to come see Dan the Man reviews. Everyone wants to see Dan the Man reviews, right? Huntsman, yeah, but it was small. It was super quick. The mid-credit scene was very, very quick, like Quicksilver. What's up, Joey? Welcome in, man. Welcome in. I know a lot of people are excited to talk. I mean, this is like the #1 watch television show right now, WandaVision. It's a super hyped, and it's right now. It's well done. It's a well done show. Am I gonna give it like Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy accolades? I'm not, but I'm gonna say it's a well done, fun show and a show we need right now, especially right now with the pandemic and everything. So, Joey, as much as I hate it, it seems the leaks are true. What leaks are we talking about, Joey? What have you heard, man? What are you talking about here? There was an exclusive from if you guys don't follow Popcorn Planet, and if you don't know who Andy Sicknor is, he was the guy from was a Movie Fights. I met the guy. He seemed like an okay guy. I'm not too big of a fan of him in general and his content, but he's been doing some work on his channel, and he did another exclusive talking about the Secret Invasion series that's going to happen. And we all know Nick Fury is involved in that series, but the exclusive was that Charlie Cox's Daredevil might be in it as well, or probably is going to be in it. So I'm super excited. If you don't know, the rights to the Punisher and to Jessica Jones has reverted back to Marvel. So that means we could see Jessica Jones and Punisher. They want John Berthol back, and they want Kristen Ritter, which I love her. She's Jane in Breaking Bad, and she's fantastic as Jessica Jones. So they'll probably bring those guys in. They'll bring the same actors in. So I'm super excited, especially if this exclusive is real and Daredevil's going to be in the Secret Invasion. Beautiful. Charlie Cox, it made me a fan of Daredevil. Because I like Daredevil, but I wasn't a huge fan until that actor portrayed Daredevil, and he does a fantastic job. All right, let's keep talking here. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Come on, if you guys have theories, if you have, if you want to, we're talking about WandaVision episode 7. We're going to continue to talk. If you haven't seen the mid-credit scene, there is a mid-credit scene at the end of this episode. Usually there's not, but there is one in the end of this episode that leaves you a little bit more excited towards the next episode. All right. I think the sitcom stuff is over. There might be one, though. There might be one more sitcom element to it next episode, and then after that, then it'll be over. So I'm gonna, if I was a betting man, I would say a little bit of it in the beginning of the next episode, and then we fully end it, and then we go into kind of like the present time or the reality that's going on. The hex, the bubble is going to be dispersed. You're going to have probably a big battle at the end of the series between Agnes and whoever she's working with against Wandavision. And like I said, I think Vision is going to die at the end of the series. I think he has to stay dead. They did touch upon that too. I believe Darcy and Vision in this episode of like why he was, how come he got out of the bubble and he was like that, and Darcy didn't really know why. Why? So if I'm squinting hard, like I said, squint so hard, #life. I'm blind. I just saw the credit scene. Very nice. It was the first credit scene of the show. Yeah, I think that's the first mid-credit scene. And I was complaining the whole episode of like where's Quicksilver was, and that was definitely a delight to see something like that, and it can either go either way though. Now that I think about it, like he could be friendly, or he could be non-friendly, or he could be a trickster. We all know Quicksilver could be a trickster. Just and then let's talk about the kids real quick. You know, Billy and Tommy. Is it Billy and Tommy? I always forget their names. You see him in the beginning of this episode, and then you don't see him at the end. So is it? What's that all about? Is I don't think Agnes really had anything to do with the kids. She killed Sparky. That's something. Agnes is a song bitch, right? She killed Sparky, and she enjoyed it, and she just looked me in the eye and said, "I killed Sparky." That was like the best. That's the best. I think that's the best moment of the series where she just owned up to it. Oh man, that was fucked up. But that's a meme ready to happen, right? I call it a meme. Um, so yeah, but with the kids, like I'm very curious to see how the kids are involved in here, and there was that weird tension when Agnes had the kids over to her house, and then like I think I forget her. It's not Tommy, right? It's Billy, whatever. One of the kids kind of looks at her like, is mommy okay? And like he gives her like that stare off, and like she's like, what? you know. I think Agnes really stole the show in jokes when she's like, I bet a kid once. And she just kind of just like looks at the jokes were landing on here. I gotta say, the jokes were definitely landing. All right, Josie, what's up? I mean, don't want to ruin it for everyone, but the rest of the story was leaked on Reddit. Uh, yeah, don't. Okay, okay, yeah, Joey, no leaks, man. Let's not do it. I guess. I mean, if you guys want to know, I guess you can go. If you have a link to the leaks, you could post it down on the comment section if you guys want to know what happens, because that's potentially what could happen. But there's many Reddit leaks that I've seen that never came true, or was definitely different. Like it was somewhat true, but definitely different overall in the episode. The only time where it was like 1,000% true was Game of Thrones, but we're not going to talk Game of Thrones. All right, that's considered the greatest show in the world, became the worst show in the world. Let's see. Yeah. So if you, so Joey, yeah, don't. I revert back to what I said. Don't go back. Don't let us know. Even though I love spoilers and I would love to know. Yeah. Let's not leak it out there. But if you want, you could post the link to go to there if anybody wants to know, and then we'll leave it at that. And then, but nobody to say anything, please. Let's see. One thing that was not leaked, but I do the that fly on the wall and the bunny were the kids. The fly on the wall. I didn't see the fly on the wall. I definitely saw the. Oh no, yeah, I can see it with the bunny, like him petting the bunny and stuff. I didn't see the fly on the wall though. Agnes is Mephisto. Now he's talking about the Indonesia leak. Supposedly that leak has been true. I mean, nowadays it's really hard to like not. These leaks are getting better. I mean, I follow Attack on Titan, and Attack on Titan has 2 more chapters, and there's some leaks that came out on that sounds pretty damn true. So leaks have been on the money lately. They've been on the money lately. I didn't see that, Joey. I didn't see that. Or I did see it, and I just can't really remember it right now. I mean, it is like 1:16 in the morning right here, right now. Um, Agnes is Mephisto. At this point, Albert, I don't think so. I don't think she's Mephisto. I think she if I don't know if you guys know, but she is a character in the comics that she does mentor Wanda. It's definitely different in the comics. They switched it up in the series to make it fit for what story they wanted to tell. But Agnes, when she reveals her full name, which was it Agnes the Heart or something like that, she is a character in the comics, but she's much older. She tutors Wanda. They have this crazy storyline. So I don't think she's Mephisto. If anybody's going to be Mephisto, it's going to be one, either the mailman, Ghost of Satan, the mailman, or no, Ghost of Nightmare is the mailman, I think, right? Two, Quicksilver, maybe. And maybe, just a character that we got introduced in the beginning and then maybe comes and gets involved in the last couple of episodes. Who knows? I mean, we got 2 episodes left. We got this reveal with Agnes, and like I said, there's going to be another pop. There's going to be another twist. There's going to be another spoiler. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Something's going to blow us away in these next 2 episodes that we didn't see coming. Hopefully, because that was the issue I had in the beginning of the series. It's a little bit too predictable. Okay. Let's see, Albert. Yeah, he was on the drapes before Wanda goes downstairs. See, I'm drawing a blank for some reason on that. Just damn. Like I did. I thought Elizabeth Olsen did really good. Her acting was really good in this episode too. Because she really has to break the fourth wall. She's being interviewed, and it just came off as like a Modern Family genuine kind of. Because I've seen a little bit of Modern Family, but not like I'm not into it. And when I watch a little bit of what was that show called, Blackish, and then I watch. I mean. This is definitely this is not Malcolm in the Middle territory. This is like more of what's going on. Was it ABC or NBC? I think it's ABC shows right now. So, but no, I thought Elizabeth Olsen's acting was actually really, really good in there. And Paul Bettany, like gets a little bit more charming, even though it's so funny because he's supposed to be he's supposed to be Vision. He's supposed to not have this charm within him. He's definitely different than the comics. I could just say that. Let's keep going. I was kidding about Agnes being Mephisto. I was making fun of the people that thought everyone was Mephisto. I know. Don't get me wrong, Albert. Mephisto. I mean, he'll probably make an appearance. Like, why not, right? How can he not with the whole Doctor Strange thing that's going to go on, and the whole, especially with Spider-Man, that big infamous storyline with Spider-Man. That's how I really know Mephisto. It's just not renew your vows, break your vows or something like that, with the whole Mary Jane and Spider-Man or Peter marriage that he took to let Aunt May live. Sorry, Aunt May's got to go sometimes. I thought the game did a fantastic job for killing off Aunt May. Aunt May is still looking for Peter to help her with a dating app, by the way. Oh man, eyes are getting a little blurry here. Sorry, guys. So what are your theories for the next 2 episodes? Theories is, Monica has powers now. I thought it'd come a little bit later, but it came a little bit soon. The Quicksilver little mid-credit kind of throws me off a little bit because I don't know if he's going to help Monica. I don't know if he's gonna play with Monica, trick her or something like that. I think, remembering the trailer, the Hex bubble is definitely going to end. Of course, you're going to have this little battle because Sword wasn't too much into this episode, so I think we're going to get a lot of Sword. We're going to get a lot of what Hayward is up to. We might get a reveal on Ultron, because a lot of people say that Ultron's going to be coming back. A lot of people think Ultron is Hayward. That's the theory that's going around, which I don't like that theory at all. It reminds me of Transformers. Remember when that chick was trying to seduce or try to kill Shia LaBeouf? It's kind of like a Terminator kind of situation. I don't want that. I definitely don't want that. I'd rather have Hayward be like a Skrull or something like that. I think the next episode will get one more sitcom segment. I think Wanda's memories will be a little altered by Agnes, but Vision will come in and Vision will like set her right, and then they'll have this square off with Agnes. She'll remember what the hell's going on, and then we'll get more of a we'll get it back and forth. I don't know where Darcy. I think Darcy will still be stuck at the light, and then there's gonna be a battle within the bubble, and then it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen where it breaks, and then there's gonna be a battle outside the bubble. But then that brings my Vision theory down, and he's still alive because he has to be in the last battle. It's gonna be interesting. The commercial was interesting because it was right on the nose of what Wanda is feeling, her downfall mentally and breaking down. So I think that kind of commercial was more of a setup of like she's going to overcome this at the end of the series and then it was that whole conversation with Monica and her where Monica's like, you're not the bad guy, and Wanda's like, maybe I am, but we all know that Wanda isn't. So I think, of course, storytelling wise, seen so many movies, seen so many television, of course I think Wanda is going to be able to just kind of end everything. She's going to bring the city back to normal. She's going to resolve. She's going to let Vision go. That's the one thing she has to do. She has to let Vision go. It's kind of like Wonder Woman 1984, but done a lot better. So I think that's what's going to happen, honestly. Doctor Strange will probably come in either for a cameo to recruit Wanda or to help Wanda. It's going to be either or. But I could see more of the recruitment element because something might have went down with the whole because something big's going to happen in the climax, right? So something's going to be altered, dimensions are going to happen, something. It depends on Quicksilver, honestly. It depends if Agnes either created Quicksilver or she pulled him. We'll see. All right, let's get to you, Joey. I know, Joey, you're waiting for me to talk here. I mean, Anna's being Agatha, thank you, was basically given the second episode always popping up at the right time. Yeah, we thought that was Wanda's doing, but the more you looked at the episode, the more you broke it down, and the more you kind of like you know what storytelling's all about. You knew that Agnes she has to be a partner or she's doing something. So we all knew that was coming. I feel like next week will end with the start if a big fight. We're gonna get Vision and Wanda reunion in that scene from the trailers where he tells her, "Then let's protect it." Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too, Albert. When I was thinking about the trailer right now. But I don't think the fight scene is going to happen right away. It's going to happen at the end. But I think that we will get a little bit of a sitcom a little bit in the beginning. I give it like 15 minutes, and then Vision will come, and then the whole thing is going to be like just we're going to have this big major conflict with Agnes and Wanda and Vision, the kids and all that stuff. So we'll see. I think the next episode is going to be Joey comments down. I think the next episode is going to be a flashback and a longer episode. The last episode would be the final battle. So I thought it was. I got to go back and look. I thought this episode was going to be longer, but it really felt the same. Like it really just flew by. Kudos, like I said, to the pacing of it because you could really lose my interest, especially in this type of show or this type of episode they created. It could have lost my interest, but it didn't. It made me laugh, it made me smirk, it made me say a couple words out loud. It was a good episode. I thought it was a solid episode. Is it like an A+ episode? I don't think so. It's a good B+. Wiser, water. It's gonna be night time too. Remember that we saw an Ultron head in Spider-Man Homecoming? I did not see that. What? And oh my god, my eyes are losing it. WandaVision and Spider-Man are connected through Doctor Strange. Remember that we saw an Ultron head in Spider-Man Homecoming? It's been a while since I saw the movie. I've seen it like 10 times. I don't remember that. All I remember is Michael Keaton's performance and how amazing he was. Very underrated performance. Cannot wait for future movies with him in it. But I think DC's going to try to make those Batman movies, that multiverse over there. Oh yeah, the hex. It might show you how the hex started. That's true. Joey, and I agree, Doctor Strange has to be the big reveal because technically Paul Bettany never really shared a scene with him. And it sets up Spider-Man and Doctor Strange too. Yeah, it's a must. I think everybody's expecting that for sure, especially with the Spider-Man. I mean, Tom Holland gave an interview and said that there is no Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, but there's a lot of set photos of that of not Andrew Garfield, but Tobey Maguire on like fitting for a costume and all that stuff. Like it's happening, guys, and I'm super excited. And Doctor Strange is the main. I always said that this was before Endgame. I said if Tony Stark were to die, because they brought, I think it was after I watched Doctor Strange. I'm like, that's going to be the replacement to Tony is Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange. They're setting up Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange to take that role mentor because he's a lot like Tony. And if you Infinity War Endgame, you saw that back and forth and stuff. So do I want I think Tom Holland needs to grow, or Tom Holland needs to grow as a Spider-Man character. I want a little bit, not kid. I think he's growing up, so I want him more of a mature, a little bit more mature Spider-Man, a little bit more of a, that kind of down on his luck Spider-Man. I've always loved. He's able to just kind of like, even though he doesn't want, there's sometimes he doesn't want to be Spider-Man, he still remembers Uncle Ben's words. And can we bring Uncle Ben, please? Like I love Tony and Peter's relationship. I had a video covering this, but I think we need to bring Uncle Ben in there. But going back to it, I think Doctor Strange is the key. He is the center now of a lot of people are saying Captain Marvel is going to be, but I think Doctor Strange is secretly the center of everything that's going to go down, especially with a lot of the properties that are heading our way, like Blade. Morbius could be connected, Venom could be connected. They want to connect the whole thing, so we'll see. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a couple more questions. It's getting a little late. I know we're all excited to see what's going to happen next. I appreciate you guys for coming and watching and commenting. I do this every Thursday right after the episode. I jump straight on here and we start talking. I give you my little review and then we start going into spoilers. Make sure to, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video too, and know that there is tons of videos on my channel that you can go to. Remember, I'm doing a Funko Pop giveaway, so you have the link on here on the very top to find that video, and then it'll be in the description box once this uploads. So a couple more questions, a couple more theories. Loving the conversation, guys. I wish I can continue it, but Daddy's tired. So let's see. Albert, what's up? What you say right here? We're also going to get Hayward versus Wanda, right? Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they didn't show too much of Sword in this episode, so I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of Sword and Hayward next episode, even though he's like super depleted. He's going to try to get Vision's body. Maybe she'll dust him so no one can have Vision's body. No. You don't set up a character like Hayward to him to be demised so easily, especially with only 2 episodes left. So, yes, Hayward's going to probably try to get Vision's body. He might be successful. You never know. That's going to be another question, too, is if Vision, after the Hex powers are gone, and if he is, like, goes back to being dead, what happens to that, what does Wanda do to that body? Because she knows that Hayward wants it. I think Hayward survives through the whole series, and you'll see him later on. I think he's a character that got introduced definitely for a plan. Kevin Feige loves to stretch these things out. So I think he's definitely there he's not going to die. I don't think he's going to die at all. All the people saying that the last 3 episodes were 1 hour are freaking liars. I thought that, I thought that it was going to be, I thought that was going to be a lot longer, but nope. No, it was as fast as last week's episode. But it's always good, to have like something to look forward to every Thursday night, technically Friday. I mean, I don't think I've stayed up for midnight anything since Terminator Salvation. And I was so hyped for that movie, and then it turned out to be such a bust. I never went back to midnight showings again for something, So I guess my final thoughts on this episode. Like I said, it was a nice change of pace. nice tone. Um, I think this episode is a lot more solid than the first 3 episodes. It was more engaging. That might be for the fact that it's not taking place in kind of like an older setting. It's taking place to a setting that we're kind of all used to by now with TV and sitcoms. Um, but how funny would it be if the next episode they start off with like a that 70s show kind of feel, even though it's not the right era? I could just imagine like the hint of them maybe smoking in the basement. Not the kids though, not the kids. I'm not going that far. I'm just saying Agnes and Wanda and shit. um, no, but it was a good episode. It was a good episode. Uh, it leaves you with a little bit more questions. And remember, Wu is still outside the hex. Um, and maybe the hex kind of expands. How crazy would that be? Because it stopped right there, and then Hayward gets come to like, um, we're lucky that it stopped right there. He's like, yeah, we're so lucky. Is that a foreshadowing that it's going to expand some more? And also, where's Darcy going to be in this? She did her job by explaining to Vision what was going on. Is she going to make it to the house? Like, what's going to happen with that? Monica Rambeau and her powers. What's going to happen with that? Especially with Quicksilver coming, was just right there. Made me happy. And it was just kind of interesting how it all just like how Agnes, and the thing that Agnes revealed herself after Monica, showed up. I don't. It's just the timing of her reveal too. It's all going to be interesting. All going to be interesting. And then and then not only that, so Vision will break it up, but then Monica, what role does she play? Of course, she's going to help end Agnes, or help, or not help Agnes, but end her. End her, help Wanda and Vision, because Wanda's gonna be pissed. Wanda's gonna be super pissed. So, good episode. Good episode. I honestly don't know. Honestly, how they're gonna do the next episode. I just figured with all the TV and movies I've seen that's kind of like the gist of what they're gonna do. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for listening to me. I love your guys' theories. I love your guys' questions. It's 1:34 in the morning right now, so we're gonna end this stream right now. But like I said, I want to thank you guys, and once again, check out the channel. I'm gonna be covering not only just Marvel. I got Mayan MC coming up next month, which I'm gonna cover, and then I got Demon Slayer. If you watch anime, the new season that I'm going to be covering, so I'm going to do a similar thing what I'm doing here with those, and of course the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's the same thing. So once those episodes starts coming out after WandaVision, watch it and then come on here live so we could start talking about it and throwing theories on that series. That's going to be more of a just a simple kind of Marvel-esque series where this is a little bit more experimental, and the experiment is working out really well in my opinion. So, all right, Albert, all right, Joey, Ahmed, Ghost. I think Ghost went to bed. Huntsman, thank you guys for listening. And then go ahead and follow that link to go for the Funko Pop giveaway. I'll see you guys next week. All right, bye.